So why did you decide to start an online business in the first place?
It's funny really, because I didn't set out to start an online business, and in fact I didn't really know much about online business. I come from a traditional world. I worked in the corporate career. I was an IT consultant, but up to a consultant manager, and life on the outside, life was pretty sweet. I had a nice house, I had a nice car, nice holidays, but I don't know, I just felt empty inside. There was something that was missing, because it didn't matter how good I was at my job, the better I got at it. It just meant I was making more money for other people and helping other businesses use our software to become more efficient and make more money. And it didn't feel like it was actually contributing to making the world a better place or doing something that really felt like a value to me. And so I just wasn't really fulfilled. And so I knew I wanted to change, but I just didn't know quite what or how or where to go or where to look, because trying to break out of that corporate world is scary, because that's all I've ever known. That's how I was brought up. That's what you do. You go to school, you go to university, you get a good job, you settle down, you get married, you have kids, you work till retirement. And that's just, I don't have kids, I don't have that kind of tie me down, and I just thought there's more to life. But I really struggled to escape. And then one day, the best thing happened. I got made redundant. I got laid off and lost my job. And now to most people that would be scary, and it was. I was terrified at first, because I had a mortgage to pay, I had some savings, so I knew I'd be okay for a little while. But something on that moment, I knew I couldn't go back to that world. This was my opportunity. This was my time to say, right, I'm going to make a change. And I didn't know what that would look like. I didn't know where it would lead, but I just had to try. The biggest thing for me was I couldn't imagine getting to the end of my life and regretting not having tried. I didn't want to work the next 20, 30 years like this, because I would have just got even more empty inside. And what's the point of life? For me, life is about experiences. It's not about money, it's not about career, it's not about promotions, it's about getting experiences and meeting people and doing the things I love, which is travelling, taking photos, meeting people all over the world. And so I then took some time out to try and figure out, okay, well, how can I build all those things, the things that I love, and make a living out of it, or at least enough to cover my expenses at least, and have an enjoyable life and do the things that I wanted to do. And so I was at home and trying to find out what to do next. And I tried to start a photography business, but a photography business, it felt like it would tie me down. Having equipment, maybe renting a studio, it's geographically tied to a certain place. And if I wanted to be off in the Netherlands or off in Timbuktu tomorrow, I couldn't, because I'd be tied down by all these appointments and schedules. And at the end of the day, I had no experience in running a business. I didn't know the first thing about setting up a business. And it felt like if I was going to do that, I would be spending more time doing the marketing, doing the sales, doing all the follow-up, and less time doing the actual photography, the bit I love. And so I thought there's got to be something else out there. And then I was at home. I was doing the washing up one day, and I'd been on YouTube looking for ideas, looking for inspiration. I was in a bit of a low place personally, because I was like, I haven't got a job, need to find an answer, my money's trickling away. And I was doing the washing up, so I had soap suds all over my hands. And I was between YouTube videos, and this ad popped up, and I couldn't skip it because soap suds. And so this guy called Dan started talking about how he had left his corporate job in software sales. I thought that sounds familiar. Started his own online business, and then because of the freedom he got from that, he was able to go travelling around the world but still run his business. And I just thought, ding, hang on a minute, this is what I've been looking for, but just didn't know existed. And so dried my hand, sat down and watched the rest of the ad, and there's something about him just resonated, and it was believable, because he was talking about it, but he also talked about how he did it and how he got help from this online training education platform that taught him all he needed to know to do this. And I thought, well, that's what I'm looking for, I need that help. I need other people support, and I need to be in the right group of people to help me do this, because essentially I'll be working for myself, which can be very lonely at times, and I knew that I didn't have the skills. So this was the best place to do it. They'd teach me the skills, but there'd also be other people doing it too, and we could help each other. And so, I watched his ad and what he offered, to show me how to do it. I reached out to him, he showed me or introduced me to some videos, online workshops that explained kind of what online business is, what options there are, which are the best options for not only making a living, replacing he managed to replace his own corporate salary within I don't know how many months it was, but it didn't take him massive amounts of time to be able to actually earn the same amount of money he was earning before. But now he had all the freedom in his life and he could spend more time with his friends, with his family. And this video series basically talks you through different types of online businesses and the business models that work best for longevity, for long term. I didn't want to start something that would just be get some money in and then have to start all over again. I didn't want to start something that I would be tied to, and if it didn't work and I didn't like it, I'd have invested loads of money in it and I'd be stuck. The last thing I wanted was another noose around my neck. But he talked about this way that you can build a business around your interests and your passions, so that it gets you excited and you actually enjoy what you do every day. And so I watched these videos that he sent me, and I don't know, my eyes lit up. I just got excited because I could just see possibilities, and how I could actually either earn a living through photography. They'd give me the confidence to overcome all the mindset blocks that I knew I had, that I'd need to overcome to earn, to do that photography business, but in a embracing the digital world, so doing it all online rather than having to do it face to face. Or I could follow their own training, build a different sort of online business that would give me the money and the freedom to then just go and do photography in my spare time and follow my passions. So there's different routes you can go with it, and it's entirely up to you, and the training covers all of that. And so I watched these videos and I was just like, I'm in. This is it. This is what I've been looking for, but I just didn't know existed. And so and it's changed my life. It's been brilliant. The people I've met through it, the support I've got with this community, it's unlike anything I've ever come across before. Because the other people that are doing it have the same sort of mindset as me. They have the same vision for their life, that they don't want to be tied to that corporate world. For people who don't fit in that box, who can't work the 9 to 5, don't want to spend hours of their day commuting, to sit in a soulless corporate office, air conditioning, artificial environment. I love nature, I love being outside, and I wanted to be able to do that. And I've met other people who have the same idea as me, and we've all helped each other out, and I've now been travelling all over the world, meeting up with these people, and I've made friends all over the world now. And no matter where I go, my business is still running in the background because it's an largely automated business, it runs on the internet. And so, it's even while I'm asleep, while I'm on a plane somewhere, the business is still ticking away. And so I've got so much more freedom. I've got time back in my life, but I've also got the freedom to work from anywhere in the world. As long as I've got my laptop with me and I can find an internet connection, then I can check in on the business. And it's just given me the life that I've always dreamed of, the life that I've dreamt of for so many years. And all it takes is time, effort, dedication, commitment to learn the skills. But these are skills that will last you, effectively, hopefully the rest of your life. Because that's the way the world's going nowadays, is this digital economy. Traditional world, the traditional businesses is disappearing, I believe. And as more automation, more technology comes on board, then I think it's important to get skilled up on that, because that's the future. And that's, and this is a company that could teach you how to do that, hold your hand along the way. There's a step-by-step process that you follow, and it works. I've seen it work. I've met people, all sorts of people who've done it in so many different ways and built their own businesses with their own flavours, to suit them. And people are just so much happier, and there's just so much more joy in life and more fulfilment in doing a business that you love.
So what would your best advice be to someone who's potentially looking to understand more, or maybe even start their own online business?
I can send them the same video series and they can just try it out, just see what they think, see whether it gets their juices flowing, see whether it gets them excited, and they can, like me, they can see the possibilities that it can give them, not only just in their life, their lifestyle, the way they live their life, but actually when they are working, they're doing something that they love, something that they've got passion for. Now it's a completely free series. The introduction tells you about the different types of online business that they recommend and the ones that this company promotes. And just have a look, just watch it and with an open mind and see what you think. It's not easy. You know, there is reskilling involved. There's new skills, there's technical skills, there's a lot of people skills, but those skills will last you the rest of your life. And if you're going to run any sort of business, they're the kind of skills you need to learn for that. And, watch the videos, and if it's for you, fantastic. Then come join us. You know, there's an amazing community of people from all over the world. And if it's not for you, then what have you lost? You know, a little bit of time watching the videos. Carry on, go back to your normal life, carry on, you know, back to your day job, and, you know, if that suits you, that's absolutely fine. It's not for everybody, but I truly believe that there is a way to live a happy, fulfilling life and still earn, you know, have a good quality of life, and just get your passion back.